I was just sitting here, uh, I was just sitting here, uh, thinking about like when you actually get out of the world and you start accepting the reality of things, which is, I ain't gonna say on here because it sounds depressing, but it's not depressing. You just start realizing you come into the world by yourself. You're gonna leave out by yourself. It don't matter who you are, man. It's just coming to that realization. But anyway, so I think when you do that, like I'm talking about, you step into this astro, and I was just thinking about my brother Jesus. Now, Jesus was like, he went to hell. Jesus went to hell. I'm tired of cutting these nails, bro. Jesus went to hell to get the key, right? We gotta really think about that. But anyway, I always imagine myself, okay, I'm in hell challenging for people. It's like a spiritual auction going on. So it's like ranking going on, all that, re-ranking people, everything. So if Jesus is going to get the key to hell, Jesus is trying to beat Satan. And Satan, whatever, It's just something to think about. Jesus trying to beat Satan. That's how I look at it, because when you tap into that emptiness like I am, that void, and you realize I need to stay here for a while, I gotta live here. And you start to redefine your life and what God do, and while God refining you, remolding you, you might well understand. Me personally, I understand the astro, pray, meditate, try to talk to God as much as possible. And I was saying that. And okay, well, Jesus going to battle with Satan about something. And I put myself in them shoes, because, there's a lot of monsters around me. And the best thing they be trying to do is get me on their team, you know what I'm saying? Which is cute. And I got a little passenger. I ain't gonna say she a passenger, but she a little helper. She come through her higher self, though. Or it might be she might be I swear that's nail. She might be a psychic. But anyway, how would Jesus beat these challenges? I mean, if you thought about it, you have to overcome them. And in this situation, like Jesus knew the man with the legions in him. I told God when I was going through this, I want to know how he knew that so fast, and he taught me. I kind of get it. And not only did he teach me that, he taught me. By him teaching me that, I learned, like, this is Michael, that's Satan, that's the devil. You know what I'm saying? That's Abigail, that's Gabriel, that's Buddha, just different one. And it's like when I learned about, when I seen, when I learned about and I seen, when I learned about and I seen, we got a lot going on, spiritual war going on. It's like I'm battling, helping them battle and trying to, it's like, we're gonna go over here. It's like I'm in the spiritual and the physical right now. And it's like, these people be slipping in these situations, like, they over, like, powerful positions. And I ain't even worried about that. I ain't gonna talk about that. I don't need to talk about it. But I was just understanding the vessels of these people, like Legion, devil vessels, Satan vessels, stuff like that. And I realized that because the devil could tell legions what to do. Because the devil could tell legions what to do. And I realized Satan tell the devil what to do. And I realized I got to know him in this situation, all growing up, just coming across him. Man, it's like different vessels, meat suits, whatever. I just noticed them now. And we just sharing stories. And they go through a lot. Like, these particular vessels, it's like they born to activate to them vessels. And they go through a lot. They go through a lot. I don't even know why I got on here. I can't talk about that on social media. Just add to the anime. I'm gonna quit talking about it. But all the counselors out there, these are these horrific stories that you don't even want to talk about. That's what it is. They are meant to get over it though, because they still angels, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes that kind of issue, it tends to take them, to a darker place all the time. And it's like, you just got to show them how, because the wound going to be there. It was meant to activate them. But once that power activate, how you going to deal with it? How you going to react with it? Are you going to torture people that didn't have nothing to do with it? I know people who would torture you physically and all the leads, and they will, and you haven't did nothing to them. And they'll just keep torturing you. And the gooder they find that you to be, the more they want to torture you. And it's psychological damage. It's psychological damage on these particular vessels. And they rough. They rough. I can prove it to y'all just a little bit. I can't go into too many details. But I know they ain't gonna play this. And I wish I never got on here and said that. But anyway, let me show y'all what Legion look like. Gang stalkers. People who are set out to belittle your name in groups. And Legion, they could be a police officer or anybody. That's what Legion look like on the physical. And I don't want to tell the story. I don't know why I got on here. I was going to get on here, but I could tell the counselors. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All the counselors know what I'm talking about. You done came across this one person's story that was, you want to tell them, I don't want to hear the story. You been a counselor, you can't say that. I don't want to hear the story. He'll give you money back. I done had to do that. Yeah, I don't want to hear the story. And it was sad for me to say that, because I was there. I know I had been their last hope, but I didn't want to hear that story. For one, it was a female, and I can't stand when female get done like that. That dragged me down, boy. And if it was a male telling the story, I would have dealt with the story. But seeing that it was finna come from a female, I stopped up. Look, I don't want to hear that story. I don't want to hear that story. And I felt bad, because I probably could have healed her. I felt bad, and may God forgive me for it, but immediately I just stopped. I don't want to hear that. You know, I shouldn't have did that, though, because my mom used to do me like that a lot when I was little, and I needed somebody to talk to. I don't want to hear, you know, you trying to tell us something. Y'all know what I'm talking about, from the hood, something that happened to you. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know, I shouldn't have gotten on here and said this stuff, y'all. But y'all get where I'm coming from.